Hey everybody, how's it going? This is your daily insight for February 18th, 2020, but it's also timeless, so wherever you're pulled to it in time, let me know what brought you here. Let me know if it resonated. Let me know if you need clarification. Let me know if you want to book your own personal reading. Everything is welcome. Everything's acceptable. I have my mascot here. If you look at the beginning of the video, where the picture is, you'll see this little monster. This is Angel. Fallen angel, yet an angel nonetheless. So this is a general reading, collective reading. It's not going to make sense to everyone. It'd be super cool if it did. Don't try and make it fit if it doesn't fit. If you need clarification, definitely ask for it. I want to give a great thank you to everyone who booked and took advantage of the Valentine's Day special. I will be doing something like that further down the road. So that being said, you guys can probably hear the dogs barking in the back. Ugh. Those are muffins. Let's see. Okay, so I'm sorry that I missed the Monday reading. It was a kind of a funky energy and I didn't want that to influence anything. Yeah, you know, the retrograde. It was the first day of retrograde. A lot of emotional purging, a lot of emotional upsets. A lot of exes are going to be reaching out to a lot of you guys, a lot of closure in personal relationships, which is fun. I was guided to kick this reading off with the Romance Angels from Doreen Virtue, and this is what came out. Don't you love it? So when I was pulling out cards, this was the first one on the bottom, and I felt it necessary to keep. It was that, you know, that pull. I often talk about that in my videos, but this was on the bottom, guided to take it. So religious factors, that's talking about this retrograde and, you know, just the spring that we're walking into. This is a retrograde in Pisces, very emotional, very much fluid like water, wouldn't you know it? So what came out after that was calling in your soulmate and you deserve love, retreat, deception, romantic feelings, and keep an open mind. And then the cards fell. I picked up all of them and this one remained on the ground. Don't know how or why, but it was reconciliation. So what this is telling me is you know, well, if you don't know, now you do. In retrogrades, be very mindful about signing anything and starting any sort of major projects. Often they fall through. I know how crazy it sounds, but it is a thing. So keep that in mind. Don't make any hasty decisions. This is not a time for haste. The cards are telling you that, for one, there are going to be a lot of trickster energies out there, which is not fun at all because a lot of you are genuinely looking for love. A lot of you are coming into union with soulmates, twin flames, and coming across them, soulmates, twin flames. But as you're going through this, you're going to have to be very careful because that energy out there, that trickster energy, is going to provide the opportunity to get in touch with a false twin or a relationship that is hot and heavy to begin with, but it is probably going to fold under the pressure. A lot of these energies, sorry, hi, okay, while exciting and promising, it's in a lot of cases, it's going to crumble. What's happening right now is Mercury is appearing to go backwards. So the energies are non-progressive, but it could teach you something about yourself. So that's one way to look about it. Hold off on getting into anything serious and signing any sort of, okay, I can't say that. I'm not trying to give you legal advice. I'm not a lawyer, not a doctor. What I'm getting from this is, if you can, try not to solidify anything on, I guess, an emotional sense or on paper until after this retrograde, because 3 days approaching and 3 days after are still the energies of said retrograde, which is kind of weird, but it is a thing. So keep an open mind. Reconciliation is on the bound for a lot of you, but in this time, I really want you to practice self-care, self-nurturing. Don't set anything in stone right now. Again, it's going to seem exciting. Go ahead and get your freak on for whatever you want to do, but I'm telling you to be careful. You deserve love. You are doing the work to call on your soulmate, and you're going to have some either exes looking to reconcile. Isn't that crazy? A lot of you guys are going to be experiencing exes reaching out and asking, have you been? Been great, stay away. It's a false face mask, you know what I'm saying? You have deception at the end of reconciliation. Keep an open mind. What you are seeking is going to be different than what initially comes up, and I want you to wait it out. And you can enjoy this for the lightheartedness that it is, for the lesson that it is, but get ready to release. Never in my life did I ever like seltzer water. Hated it. Garbage. Now I'm addicted to these. Wouldn't you know it? It's probably absolute garbage. I'm sure there's some sort of chemical shitstorm in there, but I like it. So this is what you have to look forward to. Pull back right now. Hold off. If it is worth anything, it'll be worth the wait in this. And after the retrograde, go ahead and start to actually enjoy yourself and put investments into time, people, and energies. But always pay attention to what your intuition is telling you about the situation. So if after this you're still meeting those trickster energies, just because it's out of retrograde doesn't mean there's no trickster energies around. Use your intuition with it. It's not stupid. We often get in our own way. How fun is that? All right. So what is coming up right now to transmute and heal? Well, part of what I personally experienced is, constantly, oversympathized. Okay, got massage. Oversympathize with people's wants, needs, desires, and often neglecting my own and censoring myself for someone else's comfort and putting their efforts on a positive blast while neglecting my own. So that transmutation has led me to completely become uncensored, but tactful. Let's not ruin that one. But that and the lack of desire to hide, like, any sort of emotion. Got something to say, say it. What's the worst that can happen, huh? But that's my own personal belief. What are you having come up right now to transmute? Your road is going to be very different. So again, while these are general readings, if it makes sense, fabulous. If you need clarification, fabulous. But always reach out if you want to book your own personal reading, because your individual storyline is going to be very detailed, in-depth, and intense. And it has been an amazing road to see how everyone's energies are just transmuting in something huge and lighthearted. Use your natural healing abilities. Okay. Organic food. Fabulous. I want to get chickens. I want to have my own chicken eggs. I love having chickens for the eggs because, one, I love animals, and two, they're a lot more meatier than the store-bought ones. So, increased energy, organic foods, alternative medicine, use your own natural healing abilities, and inner authority. So I'm going to refrain from saying Dear Archangel Raphael on all of these. They all start off that way. But this is saying, please help me know that I deserve to receive messages and other massages. God. Massages and other self-care treatments. That's really talking about you being in hermit mode and introspection, self-care, nurturing, and spoiling the living shit out of yourself. I cannot put that out there enough. You really got to put yourself on that pedestal, and I want you to absolutely spoil yourself raw, and you are the king or queen. Whatever the hell you identify it, it's the king or the queen. You are not begging for anyone's attention or attention. Damn. It's like a fusion of Freudian slip just showed up there. Sorry. You're not begging for anyone's attention or validation. Lost my train of thought on that one. It'll come back. Thank you for filling me with the unlimited energy of the divine love and light. Thank you for supporting my desire to consume and use organic products. Thank you for guiding me to the ideal healing treatment modality, and thank you for giving me clear signs and messages to validate the best path for my well-being. Thank you for clearly guiding, encouraging, and supporting my healing work. Thank you for supporting me as I take back my power and listen to my intuition, desires, and feelings. You gotta have a moment to yourself, a moment of quiet where you don't have anyone pressuring you, influencing you, and I want to say conditioning you to any particular situation. What you are doing right now is seeing how you have evolved throughout the last however long. It could be a few years, a few months, but the old truths with you in the recent past aren't the truths of you now. And I know how vague that can sound, but you are not enjoying authentically the same things, that you used to enjoy. For example, some people get really excited and upwinded by interacting with huge groups of people, doing all these seminars, making all these magnificent classes and promises and all those things. And it's this constant go, 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 until it's depleted. And then you have to pull that back and then start to rest, replenish those energies. It's been a very giving mode to where it hasn't been allowed to come back inwards, and now the water has to come back. Yeah, I'm going up. You have evolved. You have to figure out how you've evolved, and you have to allow that change to start to take place without everyone telling you, no, you're just tired here, rest for a day and you'll be fine. No, you do love this. This is what you want. This is what you have worked for. The change is the change is the change is the change. And you have, you really should gear towards that. I already feel a huge change happening in myself and in this channel and what direction this career path is going. And it's expansive, but it's not where it was even months ago. So this is going to be changing. This is going to be a lot more fun. And if you are experiencing a change, what were you so dogmatic about in the past, even months, that is no longer such a huge deal and priority for you? Flow state, to the sea, setting your sights out. Direction is finding true north on this one. Yeah, you're going to be super frustrated with this. Okay, no place like home. Just because you fit in doesn't mean that you belong. You have to reimagine this future of yours. You are truly doing that rewrite. You're doing a rewrite on a different level. I talk about rewrites a lot. This is cool. This is a new rewrite. Isn't it funny how we often unplug and plug in different aspects of ourselves, and then that comes up to be changed? Higher power. This is because you are going to be getting a second wind with this. This is why it's saying, all right, listen, this is exciting. Don't sign any of these contracts right now. You don't know how true it is. This could just be your second wind, which is going to dwindle, and then you're going to want to backtrack out of this. If you sign a lot of contracts right now, if you sign some life-altering contracts right now, some of you are going to be regretting it and breaking heavy promises, which is going to cause you massive anxiety. All right, well, okay, which one is this? No, I didn't want that. Wait, hang on. This one. Round and round. You always do this. You never finish what you are doing. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Shut up. That's not about this. I'm not telling you to shut up. If people are giving you shit because you are altering something, if you're pulling out of a section of life and going in a new direction, don't take too much weight in what they are saying, any grief that they're giving you. It's seriously just they don't understand the transition that you are going through because you barely understand it yourself because you're the one who's in it right now. Don't take too much stock in all the shit that they could possibly give you on this one. You're exhausted. You need to find out what actually feels good rather than stuff that you have just practiced. You need to connect yourself to source. You're not ready to take a grand leap into this. It's testing the waters. You're just simply not ready. I mean, to rewrite the future, that's pretty heavy on you, isn't it? Just because you fit in right now where you are, and this is something where you have status, it doesn't mean that you belong there, and it doesn't mean that you have to stick out the rest of your life there. I mean, you have all the time in the world. You don't need to stick it out in one place just because you made a commitment however long ago. You have to allow for change to happen. Be compassionate with yourself. This is finding unwavering support. You are going to have a new support system in this. This is going to be very heart healing. It's going to let you know that, hey, what I love about this, the color scheme on this, there's a lot of purple and pink in it, which is crown chakra and heart chakra. So your heart and mind are coming into fusion with this, and I do see that this is going to be whatever you're pulling out of, and after this retrograde, actually putting stock in. This is going to be very soul fulfilling. But right now, what you got to do is get into a flow state and let all the shit fall away right now. So a lot of karma coming up to be cleared right now. I'm saying that as I'm itching my... I know how stupid that is, but this is the karmic hand. This is the receiving hand. So from what one of my spiritualist friends was saying, I know how stupid this sounds, but it's something that I kind of hinder on to. This is going to be a lot of karmic balancing, a lot of karmic ties, a lot of karmic facing your karma with this, and don't let that scare you. It's going to be uncomfortable. You are going to have a lot of people reaching out, and that's going to cause a lot of closure. It's going to cause a lot of redirections. Don't let that scare you. Right now, seriously, just take care of your shit. Nope. Hold on. Didn't want to lose you. Chop wood, carry water, and even if you're feeling out of whack, out of sorts, scattered, that's perfect. That's fine. You're shaking things up. You're going to find your true north. But you cannot hurry this. You cannot force this to be done. You'll make yourself sick. You're going to hate yourself, and then you're going to be knocked on your ass until it is time. Hurry up and wait. That's all it would boil up to. Take your time. You have to be in flow state. A lot of doors closing with this. And if you're looking at this as a relationship reading, you're going to have a lot of failed people, a lot of failed relationships coming up to the surface. You're going to have a lot of issues in relationships that are coming up to be closed off, so you don't repeat that in the upcoming relationship. But don't get hung up on a person or a situation right now until well after the retrograde. It would be so frustrating because you would invest a lot into it and then it would fail, and then you'd feel like you don't really know what you want or what you're calling out to. Then you wouldn't trust any relationship coming in. Handle the shadow work of this. It's not easy, it's not fun, but it's necessary. You have a growing pain going on right now, a growing pain in the ass if you want to look at it that way. But here we are. All right, so what are we going to close this reading off with? Let's do this. Notes from the universe on love and connection. Sorry, messages from your angels. You're going to have to reach out to your people through signs and synchronicities. I'm not feeling you at the moment. All right, Spirit, come on, out with it. Give me the cards. And again, I'm super sorry I couldn't be there for Monday's reading. It was too heavy the night of the recording. A lot of emotional turmoil, not even directed at one thing, and I didn't want that to be an energy in the reading, even though it wouldn't affect the reading. I didn't want to sit there and be emotional on camera, not as a vulnerability. I just didn't want to, it was just too much. Sometimes you got to pull back and don't feel bad about it. It's self-care, self-nurturing, and you're worth it. And waiting that day and letting the bygones be bygones and not trying to make up for anything on it, it felt very liberating. I think it's huge time of liberation on so many fronts, whatever your individual storyline is. And you never quite know how tightly that rope is bound to your wrist until you fucking cut that shit off. So breathe and trust the process. And God, you wanna know what? I'm getting into a new element of self on this channel moving down the road. So yes, I'll be doing tarot and oracle readings. This is something that's always going to be part of my life. But there's going to be more of a life coaching ho'oponoponos with it. I love it so much, and it's definitely in my heart. But knowing it's retrograde, I'm going to hold off until well after. But I feel like this is where things have been gearing. So still going to have your daily tarot and oracle, but there's going to be a new element moving down the road. Not signing the idea off on that one yet. Waiting till after retrograde. Closing this off with notes from the universe on love and connection. What would love do? Do you know why it's so easy for us in the unseen to quickly pinpoint your whereabouts? Because you leave behind footprints of love. Aww, the universe. P.S. The legend of Bigfoot continues. All right. Everyone is doing their best. Even if that's only showing up 20%, that's the best you can do in that moment. Be about it. There are really only two types of people. Those you now love and those you will love. And until there's only one type of person, and then we'll probably hit replay. The game of life, the universe. Time for a love fest. Be mindful. Actually, everyone is reasonable. They just have their own reasons. And usually it's worth trying to learn what they are to maximize chances of a full-blown 60s style psychedelic love fest. Again, be careful, which is always a good thing. Groovy you, the universe. All there is to love has been there all along. Where you begin to find love in people, places, and where you haven't found it before, it's always because you've grown. You so rock the universe. Turn on your love light. Yeah. I think TLC did a song about that in 93. The red lights. No, wait. No, that's about horse. Never mind. Sometimes the best way to remain sane is to love like crazy. Works for me, the universe. Oh, and when I was talking about red light special, let's not say I'm slut-shaming people. I'm not doing that, nor do I care. I don't care about your little triumphs or history of any of that stuff. You do you, boo. Not judging, but I was going someplace else, and that took it in a different direction than I had intended. It's not a Freudian slip, or it might be. I don't know. I don't know. Get your hoe on, personally, but be careful. There isn't a soul on the planet who doesn't crave your approval. The only difference between a friend and a foe is one that is where you've decided where love can grow. Ho, the universe. Okay. All right. All right, you guys, this was the daily insight on life and love. I hope it resonated. Let me know if it did. Let me know if you need clarification. Let me know if you want to book your own personal reading. Check the description. It's either to this side or down below. But you can find me on any social platform, so definitely say hello and let me know where you are in the world. I'm in upstate New York, and it's not too shabby out. But I'll see you guys tomorrow for the hump day reading, the Wednesday reading. And until next time, stay safe, have fun. I love you all very much. Thank you to everyone who reached out for the Valentine's Day special. I will be doing another one soon. If you want to book your own personal reading with me, go ahead and hit me up with any sort of questions, and I will talk to you all very soon. I love you all very much. Stay safe, have fun. Bye for now.